Picture unearthing age-old slabs inscribed millennia ago, detailing mighty entities who arrived from the cosmos, instructing humankind in sophisticated sciences, numbers, and innovations, fundamentally molding society itself. It feels like a plot ripped from a blockbuster movie, doesn't it? Yet, astonishingly, this is precisely what the ancient Sumerians documented on clay tablets, meticulously carved in a script that scholars have labored for decades to unravel. The Sumerians thrived from roughly 4,500 to 1,900 BCE in a region now called Iraq, establishing what experts widely acknowledge as humanity's earliest genuine civilization. They introduced writing to the world, devised advanced numerical frameworks, created intricate legal systems, and even charted the stars with remarkable accuracy. They inhabited vibrant urban centers like Ur and Uruk, built grand stepped pyramids called ziggurats, and engineered irrigation networks that turned arid wastelands into lush fields. In essence, the Sumerians weren't merely a step ahead of their era, they were millennia ahead, laying groundwork for knowledge we still rely on today. But what makes the Sumerians truly enigmatic, fueling endless discussions among scholars, is their vivid accounts of the Anunnaki. According to their ancient writings, the Anunnaki were entities who descended from the skies, wielding extraordinary wisdom and directly engaging with humans. These records describe them steering humanity's progress, imparting expertise in astronomy, mathematics, farming, and governance, areas where the Sumerians undeniably excelled. Mainstream historians often view these tales as symbolic myths meant to explain natural events or offer spiritual insight, but the intricate details raise fascinating questions. Were the Anunnaki merely figurative deities representing gods or natural forces, or could these stories hold faint echoes of real historical encounters, perhaps with advanced human societies or something yet to be comprehended? In this exploration, we're not pursuing wild conspiracies but delving into authentic archaeological finds, ancient tablets brimming with remarkable claims and unsolved enigmas that historians still can't fully decipher. Were the Anunnaki purely mythical gods, symbolic narratives? Or could they reflect faded memories of something far more extraordinary? The truth remains elusive, but one fact is clear: these tablets exist, their translations are credible, and their depictions of advanced knowledge are strikingly precise. So, who or what were the mysterious Anunnaki? Were they simply products of human imagination? Or could they be traces of a forgotten chapter in our history, perhaps even intentionally concealed? Keep reading, because unraveling the Anunnaki mystery might challenge everything we believe about humanity's past. Let's dive in. Origins of Sumer. To truly unravel the Anunnaki enigma, we must first explore the extraordinary civilization behind these tales, the ancient Sumerians. From approximately 4,500 to 1,900 BCE in what is now Iraq, the Sumerians built one of the world's earliest great societies, establishing foundations we still depend on today. Their homeland, Mesopotamia, meaning land between rivers, lay between the vital Tigris and Euphrates rivers. This region was harsh, arid, and challenging, but the Sumerians didn't just endure, they transformed it into a flourishing hub. They engineered advanced irrigation systems to channel river water across barren deserts, turning dry plains into fertile fields teeming with crops and bustling cities. Picture ancient metropolises emerging in the wilderness, filled with lively markets, crowded streets, temples, and vibrant communities trading goods and ideas. Cities like Ur, Uruk, and Eridu became legendary, with Uruk standing as one of humanity's first major urban centers, housing tens of thousands. Life there was dynamic, with thriving marketplaces, vibrant religious festivals, and striking architecture, a true cradle of civilization. What truly distinguished the Sumerians, however, was their revolutionary innovations. Around 3200 BCE, they developed the earliest known writing system, cuneiform, by pressing wedge-shaped marks into soft clay. Initially used to track trade and livestock, cuneiform soon encompassed laws, religious tales, and astronomical records, offering an extraordinary glimpse into their world, shifting us from speculating about prehistory to reading actual historical accounts. The Sumerians weren't just skilled scribes, they were brilliant mathematicians and astronomers. They devised a numerical system based on 60, still used today in timekeeping and angle measurement. Their astronomers meticulously studied the heavens, tracking planetary and stellar movements with astonishing precision despite lacking telescopes or modern tools. How they achieved such accuracy remains a puzzle to scholars. In engineering, they constructed awe-inspiring ziggurats, massive stepped pyramids of mud bricks, vividly painted and towering over their cities, visible for miles. The ziggurat at Ur remains an architectural marvel, built with remarkable skill to endure for millennia. The Sumerians were also highly practical, inventing wheeled vehicles, designing advanced irrigation channels, and building defensive walls and drainage systems to keep their cities secure and thriving. Many modern essentials, organized urban planning, formal education, and accounting, trace their roots to these ingenious people. Archaeologists continue to uncover surprising details about Sumerian cities. At Ur, a royal cemetery discovered in the 1920s revealed stunning artifacts, gold jewelry, intricate musical instruments, and exquisite figurines, proving the Sumerians were not only inventors but also artists and craftspeople who created a rich culture that still captivates historians. Beyond their practical achievements, the Sumerians were deeply spiritual, worshipping gods tied to natural forces like rivers, storms, and harvests. Among these deities, the Anunnaki frequently appear in their tablets as beings who descended from the skies to guide humanity. These weren't fleeting mentions but recurring figures in detailed narratives shaping human history according to Sumerian beliefs. Thousands of these tablets have been unearthed, translated, and studied globally. While many record mundane trade in daily life, others recount cosmic battles, creation myths, and interactions with powerful beings like the Anunnaki, leaving us with a gripping mystery. Did the Sumerians' remarkable advancements in technology, astronomy, and mathematics arise solely from their own ingenuity, or could their myths preserve faint memories of real, forgotten events? Could the Anunnaki stories reflect encounters we don't yet fully grasp? Stay with us, as what we're about to explore might reshape how you view human history. Descended gods. When archaeologists first deciphered Sumerian tablets, one term repeatedly sparked curiosity: Anunnaki, meaning those who descended from the heavens, or sometimes those of noble lineage. But who or what were these enigmatic beings described so vividly millennia ago? According to the Sumerians, the Anunnaki were powerful entities who came from the skies, playing a pivotal role in guiding and shaping human society. They believed these beings resided in a realm beyond human reach yet profoundly influenced earthly events, sharing knowledge, introducing skills, and directly intervening in human lives. Among the many Anunnaki named in the tablets, three stand out: Anu, Enlil, and Enki. Anu, the supreme leader, was a celestial god who typically observed humanity from a distance, like a wise, aloof ruler rarely engaging directly. Enlil, Anu's son, was starkly different: powerful, strict, and deeply involved in human affairs as the god of air, storms, and authority, often holding humans accountable. Sumerian texts credit Enlil with cataclysmic floods to cleanse humanity when they grew rebellious, a narrative echoing flood myths in other cultures, like Noah's story in the Bible. Then there's Enki, perhaps the most compelling Anunnaki, known as the god of water, wisdom, and innovation. Portrayed as compassionate, Enki cared deeply for humanity, teaching vital skills like farming, irrigation, construction, and metalworking. One striking tale describes Enki instructing humans in advanced irrigation, transforming barren lands into fertile fields, a feat archaeology confirms the Sumerians achieved with sophisticated canals. In the myth Council of the Gods, the Anunnaki debate humanity's fate, with Enlil frustrated by human noise and defiance planning a devastating flood, while Enki secretly intervenes, warning a hero to ensure humanity's survival. The parallels between this Sumerian flood myth and global counterparts intrigue historians, suggesting more than mere coincidence. Unlike distant deities, the Anunnaki were depicted with human-like emotions, arguing, feeling jealousy, showing compassion, and even regretting actions, adding depth to their myths and raising questions. Were the Sumerians weaving imaginative tales, or were they describing deeper, possibly real, historical events? Archaeological finds across Mesopotamia, tablets and carvings, vividly depict humans interacting closely with the Anunnaki, some showing these beings with seemingly advanced tools, prompting speculation about whether these myths reflect exaggerated memories of encounters with advanced cultures. Could the Anunnaki be human visitors from a more developed society, seen as divine, or knowledge inherited from a lost civilization? Sumerian tablets include advanced astronomical calculations, complex mathematics, and engineering concepts credited to the Anunnaki, aligning remarkably with archaeological evidence. While mainstream historians cautiously interpret these as myths, the detailed alignment with real discoveries fuels debate. Whether gods, metaphors, or historical figures mythologized, the Anunnaki undeniably shaped Sumerian culture and human history, their stories echoing through later civilizations. How did they impart such advanced knowledge? Did they personally guide early societies, pass down teachings indirectly? Or is there another explanation we haven't uncovered? Stick around, as the next revelations might be even stranger. Secrets in the sky. One of the Sumerians' most captivating mysteries is their profound astronomical knowledge, far surpassing expectations for a civilization over 5,000 years old. Without telescopes or modern tools, they mapped the night sky with extraordinary precision, identifying planets, tracking constellations, and predicting celestial events confirmed by modern science. Imagine an ancient Sumerian under a clear desert sky, using only their eyes and basic tools, yet documenting precise planetary movements. They recognized Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn as distinct planets with unique orbits, a concept most cultures grasped much later. Clay tablets reveal this detail, describing how planets move differently from stars. For instance, Sumerian astronomers noted Venus as both a morning and evening star, understanding it as one planet long before others, with accuracy that astonishes modern scientists. These tablets also include detailed star maps, depicting constellations as we recognize them today. How did they achieve this without modern technology? Was it solely through generational observation, or did they have external guidance? Their astronomy relied on another strength, mathematics. The Sumerians developed a base 60 sexagesimal system, ideal for complex calculations and astronomical measurements, still used in timekeeping and geometry. Hundreds of tablets detail lunar eclipses, planetary alignments, and calendars predicting future events. The Venus tablet of Ammisaduqa, rooted in Sumerian traditions from around 1600 BCE, precisely records Venus's cycles, baffling modern astronomers. Historians debate how the Sumerians achieved such precision without tools, with most suggesting generations of meticulous observation by dedicated scribes. Yet, this explanation struggles to account for their ability to track subtle planetary movements without telescopes. Some propose they inherited knowledge from earlier, lost civilizations, like those behind Göbekli Tepe, a 12,000-year-old site suggesting advanced ancient societies. Sumerian myths further complicate this, explicitly crediting the Anunnaki with teaching astronomy, mathematics, and engineering. While historians view these as symbolic, the alignment between mythological teachings and archaeological findings is striking. Sumerian astronomy wasn't just academic, it drove practical calendars for predicting floods, planting seasons, and festivals, ensuring their survival. How did they achieve such precision with only basic tools? Did they learn from advanced cultures, inherit knowledge from forgotten societies, or could their myths hold fragments of real encounters? The deeper we explore, the stranger this story becomes. Wisdom passed down. The Sumerians' advanced astronomy and mathematics raise the ultimate question: how did they acquire such precise knowledge? Historians typically attribute this to generations of careful observation and trial and error. But is that enough to explain their feats? They weren't casually stargazing, they were mapping skies, predicting planetary paths, and performing calculations that took later civilizations millennia to match. Mainstream scholars suggest dedicated astronomers meticulously recorded celestial patterns over centuries, gradually refining their knowledge. This is plausible but struggles to explain how they tracked subtle planetary movements without advanced tools. Their achievements, accurate astronomical cycles and complex mathematics, seem almost too advanced for observation alone. Another theory, cultural diffusion, suggests knowledge spread through trade, migration, or contact with older civilizations. Mesopotamia's position as a trade hub connecting Asia, Africa, and Europe supports this, with Sumerian cities hosting travelers who could have shared ideas. Sites like Göbekli Tepe, over 11,000 years old, hint at advanced prehistoric cultures that might have influenced the Sumerians. Their mathematics, including geometric concepts predating Greek achievements, was revolutionary, applied in ziggurats and irrigation systems. Yet, their myths credit the Anunnaki with teaching these skills. While historians view these as symbolic, the alignment with real discoveries is uncanny. Could these stories hold distorted memories of encounters with advanced cultures, mistaken as divine? History shows civilizations advance through cultural exchanges, so why not the Sumerians? Their knowledge might stem from earlier societies or diverse contacts, but its precision feels uniquely advanced. Could their tablets reflect extraordinary events beyond traditional explanations? Discoveries like Göbekli Tepe remind us how little we know about our past. Three possibilities emerge: patient observation, inherited knowledge via cultural diffusion, or something extraordinary hinted at in myths. The latter seems far-fetched, but history often surprises. Could the Sumerians' brilliance stem from forgotten interactions or misunderstood encounters? The next revelations might reshape our view of history. Beings from heaven. The Sumerians' remarkable achievements, precise astronomy, advanced mathematics, and architectural marvels, prompt a profound question: how did they gain such knowledge? Traditional explanations point to observation or trade, but a controversial theory suggests their stories of celestial beings hint at something extraordinary. These aren't Hollywood-style alien landings but ancient texts carefully carved into clay, describing the Anunnaki as beings from the heavens who taught science, mathematics, agriculture, and urban planning. Could these tales be pure myth or echoes of real encounters? Tablets from cities like Ur and Uruk detail the Anunnaki as human-like yet exceptionally capable, guiding civilizations and causing events like floods. Texts like the Epic of Atrahasis describe practical instructions for irrigation and agriculture, while the myth of Enki and Ninmah suggests advanced biological knowledge, albeit metaphorically. These precise accounts raise questions. Are they symbolic, or do they reflect human encounters with advanced cultures? In the 20th century, Zecharia Sitchin controversially proposed the Anunnaki were extraterrestrial visitors from a planet called Nibiru, accelerating human development. Mainstream scholars reject this, citing mistranslations, but Sitchin's ideas sparked curiosity about human origins. Some historians suggest the Sumerians encountered advanced human cultures through trade or migration, their technology appearing godlike. Mesopotamia's role as a trade hub supports this, but the precision of Sumerian texts, crediting celestial beings, remains puzzling. Cylinder Seal VA/243, depicting what some interpret as the solar system, fuels debate, though scholars question its meaning. While extraterrestrial theories lack evidence, history's surprises, like Göbekli Tepe, suggest we may not fully understand our past. Could these myths hold fragments of real events, distorted over time? The truth behind the Anunnaki remains a mystery, but their stories challenge our understanding of history. The age-old debate. Translating Sumerian texts is like solving a puzzle with missing pieces and cryptic instructions. Thousands of tablets and artifacts offer glimpses, but the full picture eludes us, sparking scholarly debates. Translation disputes are central. Sumerian, unspoken for millennia, has ambiguous words, and slight variations alter meanings significantly. For example, does Anunnaki literally mean those who descended from the heavens, or is it poetic for royalty or divine favor? Zecharia Sitchin's extraterrestrial translations are widely criticized, yet they fuel debate, highlighting the complexity of ancient languages. Gaps in the archaeological record, damaged or undiscovered tablets, further complicate things, leaving fragmented stories. Sumerian astronomical accuracy, referencing celestial bodies unknown until modern times, baffles scholars. Some tablets mention a distant planet, Nibiru, rejected by astronomers but intriguing nonetheless. Even mainstream historians acknowledge unexplained gaps, though they attribute precision to observation. Academic caution often avoids exploring unconventional theories, but discoveries like Göbekli Tepe show history can upend assumptions. The Sumerians' base 60 mathematics, ideal for astronomy, raises questions about its origins, self-developed or inherited. Their myths, central to their culture, suggest historical memories, however distorted. Dismissing them risks missing truths, as history often reveals. The Anunnaki gods, metaphors, or forgotten encounters remain a mystery. The evidence invites exploration, suggesting human history may hold surprises yet to be uncovered. If this journey into ancient mysteries intrigues you, stay engaged, as we'll explore more unsolved puzzles, from Atlantis to lost civilizations, revealing a history far more extraordinary than we've imagined.